Do you want to see someone talking out of their ass? Here you go.
Because nobody really knows how much I grew up secretly coveting Gibson products, and
Because that's totally not what you'd say if you desperately needed to explain why you're suddenly playing a brand of guitars that you've never been pictured with in your entire career. Here we go. Hi everybody, my name is Levi Clay and I'm here today to talk to you about one of my favourite guitar players. Well, actually, let me walk that back. The guitar player and singer and songwriter for one of my favourite bands, Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. But if you are new to my channel, please do help me out by hitting that subscribe button. It is a huge help. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Why not? I don't care. So, Dave Mustaine has officially joined the Gibson brand of families. Now, this is a very interesting announcement. And the reason it's such an interesting announcement is twofold. One, because it's utterly ludicrous for Dave Mustaine to talk about how he has always been a fan of Gibson guitars. Sir, you have played so many guitars over the years, and not one of them has been Gibson. Somebody's going to send me a picture of Dave playing a Gibson now, but I can't think of Dave playing a Gibson. We think of you as the guy that played Jackson guitars, which is a Fender brand. We think of you as the guy that's played Dean guitars. But Gibson, I'm sorry, I don't really buy it, mate. Now, of course, I am excited about this because I love Megadeth. I'm a huge Megadeth fan, and contrary to what people might say about newer Megadeth, new Megadeth is excellent. Kiko Loureiro on guitar. In fact, actually, one of the most recent videos on my channel was an interview that I did with Kiko talking about everything that he's got going on in his career, including the upcoming Megadeth album. So I am a big, big fan of Megadeth, and I thought the last album, Dystopia, was fantastic, and I am absolutely excited about seeing what the guys are going to come up with for the next record. I know it's been recorded. Looking forward to hearing it. Very exciting. Not overly crazy about Dave Mustaine playing Gibson guitars, though. And the reason for that is very simple. Dave Mustaine he's 59 years old now. I'm not going to say his glory days are behind him, but Dave's whole point is he's never been the best guitar player in Megadeth. You know what I mean? He's the best artist in Megadeth. He's the creative visionary in Megadeth. But really, who cares about Dave's guitar playing in Megadeth when you've got a history of some of the best guitar players in rock and metal playing in the band? Guys like Chris Poland or Marty Friedman, or of course now Kiko Loureiro, Chris Broderick. Tons of guys have played with Megadeth, and yeah, they're always incredible players. I'm interested in the guitars that those guys play. I care about what Marty Friedman is playing when he's playing with Megadeth. I care about what Kiko Loureiro is playing when he's playing with Megadeth. I don't care so much about what Dave is playing when he's playing with Megadeth because, as I say, he's not the guy. Having said that, it is still absolutely news, and it's why I'm talking about it. The other reason I think this is such a strange announcement, though, is they have posted a video talking about Dave and his relationship with Gibson. And it makes sense why they'd need to do this, because they need to sell you the shit sandwich of Dave Mustaine is now playing Gibson, and that's something that you should care about because he has no affiliation with Gibson. So they don't actually even show you the guitars in this video. They don't show you the guitars in the slightest. You can see them in the background, which is fine, I guess. And if you look closely, it appears that you can see there's a Gibson V in the middle there. What looks to be a Kramer V to the left, and then I'm unsure on whether that's an acoustic made by Gibson or Epiphone, but they do talk about Dave releasing products with all three brands, Kramer, Gibson and Epiphone. So it's entirely possible that that would be an Epiphone, but I guess we'll just have to kind of keep our eyes peeled for more information and see what gets announced, and of course the prices on those things. I think it's quite a bold move for him to be releasing a product with both Gibson and Kramer. Of course they are both under the same family, but Gibson, Kramer and Epiphone, to me, it's like Fender versus Jackson. Misha Mansour currently has Jackson signature guitars, and he has a Jackson that's essentially a Strat, but they didn't release it under the Fender brand. They didn't release it under the Charvel brand. It's been released under the Jackson brand because he's with Jackson. So it seems like a bit of a mixed message thing to have an artist like Dave Mustaine, especially a high profile artist like Dave Mustaine, releasing guitars under the Gibson brand, the Epiphone brand and the Kramer brand. I thought it would have been kind of cool for him to just be with Kramer, because then he could be a flagship artist for Kramer. But I think, for me personally, that says everything you need to know about how Gibson really feels about Kramer. We're not going to waste a big signing like Dave Mustaine as being the flagship for Kramer as a brand, because we need the serious reputation that we would get by having as part of the Gibson brand. So would point that out. I'd also point out, of course, it's not Mark Agnesi doing this interview because, what the fuck happened to that guy? Thankfully, he's faded away into nothingness. Obviously not true, but yeah, Mark, very strange one to be in this. So I'm glad that he doesn't play a part in this, because his role in PR is definitely questionable at best. But this entire thing for me is questionable at best. Like I say, huge Dave Mustaine fan, but Gibson. And to reveal that you are joining Gibson and then to not even show us or talk about the guitars, I'm sorry guys, but this just looks like another example of Gibson acting like Gibson. I personally won't be buying one of these guitars because it will be Gibson quality control at Gibson prices. Maybe these are something that interests you. Please do let me know in that comment section below. Lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you to my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. You keep this channel going. I don't always do news like this, but I'm so passionate about Megadeth as a band. I'm more than happy to talk about this. Usually I'm doing much more educational videos, transcription videos, ear training concepts, guitar lessons, and those types of things. So if you want to support the channel, best way to do it is check me out on Patreon. Again, link in the description, and you can do so for as little as $1. It is a massive help, very much appreciated. If that doesn't suit you, you can also check out one of my books. I have lots available, more than just those. Again, link in the description. Check them out on Amazon. It is a huge help. Thanks so much for all your kindness and support, guys. I'm involved in the comment section, so anything that you want to say about this, please do let me know in that comment section below. And I will see you for another video, probably talking about these guitars, very soon. Goodbye.